Okay, so here we are. We are back. Basically, what we've done so far is we've completed the Night Fae Covenant intro up to this point. This is the level 60 server on the beta. We created a warrior. We chose the Night Fae Covenant, and we played through some questing. We had to sort of reenact a play where we recapped Legion and BFA, and it was pretty hilarious. So you can check out the previous VOD of that to get caught up to speed. We get to this point where we're supposed to fly with Ysera to meet up with the Winter Queen and complete some kind of ceremony. But when we were playing the other night, Ysera was uninteractable and we couldn't do anything with her, so that didn't really help. But it appears she's been repaired, um, and now we can progress the quest line. So let's see what happens. You know, Bell, if you made me a placeholder graphic for when I'm switching uh, game clients, and I don't want you to see my account info, the fact if it was drawn poorly, that might actually enhance the experience.
I thought it was all a dream. Argus in the sky, Blade in the desert, Teldris in the flame. All of those souls lost to the Maw. And Tyrande, her rage darkens her heart like a shadow on the moon. Her hunt is endless and unrelenting. But the Night Warrior's power is as much a curse as it is a blessing. It threatens to tear her asunder from within. I could not aid the Kaldori when Teldrassil burned. I pray I can aid Tyrande before it is too late. For now, however, I believe the Queen bids you speak with her.
I'm so stoked that like Ysera's a big part of the storyline, and what I'm hoping is that part of what happens here, the upshot of this stuff in Shadowlands, is that like Ysera completes the cycle of rebirth and returns to the mortal plane of Azeroth, and maybe kicks off like a very dragon centric or Dragon Isles themed kind of bent to either the next expansion or one soon thereafter. That's something I'm very interested in. They've been spending a lot of time on making the dragonflights kind of resurgent and more relevant. Kind of re-empowering them in a lot of ways post Cataclysm. So
I
I'll,
can
I'll
take you
be.
to see the
Oh,
Queen.
that's what I would like to see at some point. I was kind of hoping it would be this time, but obviously, they had other plans. Greetings, may I be assistance? Take me to the Queen's audience chamber, please. Whoa, that's not how I thought we were getting to the Queen's audience chamber.
Step forward and receive my favor.
Dude, the Winter Queen, like, look at this character model. I believe an artist on the team by the name of Ariel Fain did these designs, and like, this is extremely my jam. I love the way this whole thing looks, man.
You have achieved much in the span of a mortal life. We are fortunate to call you an ally. And so by anima, we bless you. By spirit, we embrace you. By oath, we stand beside you. Rise, child of Azeroth, as huntress of the wild hunt, champion of the court of night, and protector of Ardenweald.
Yeah, the throne's awesome looking, just otherworldly. I gotta update the stream title. Okay.
Our sacred charge remains unchanged.
For Queen and Grove, your actions here will echo beyond the veil. Help us here so that all worlds in the mortal realm may be saved. So, okay, we learn Ancient Aftershock, which is our Covenant active ability, which is pretty cool from using it in Torghast. It's like, it's sort of like Dragon Roar, in that it does like a cone knockdown. It does magic damage, and it leaves stuff on the ground that does damage, knocks stuff down an additional couple times, and generates 16 rage per enemy over 12 seconds. So, I don't know what people are thinking is like the meta or, you know, the correct choice for Prot Warrior. Not that I care terribly much, but like Night Fae is what I want for this character. So the fact that the active ability is really fun and I'm obsessed with things that generate rage, right? That's a very important part of playing this class. Okay, so we unlock World Quest, we unlock Covenant Callings, and we unlock some Renown.
Night embrace you, Warwalker. Your hunt begins.
Haro says answers as to what happens to Vol'jin. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, there's got to be some Vol'jin juice going on in this expansion, right? Like, how could there not be? And that's something they've been kind of teasing out for a long time.
I am quite busy, you know.
Well, this is actually something we were talking about on Starting Zone tonight, because we're talking about, or was it on Starting Zone, or was it? I don't know. I talk about WoW all the time, so I don't remember exactly where it was, but like, yeah, it was. They did Vol'jin dirty, and that was the point. They were trying to break your heart by killing Vol'jin the way that they did. That was his story. That was his role to play. And that was, that's their job as storytellers, is to, play your emotions like a musical instrument, and Vol'jin's story was what it was, I mean, I certainly think we'll see echoes of him in this expansion. I'd kind of be surprised if we didn't, but I don't know. Like, I think it would kind of cheapen it a little bit if they sort of brought him back to life or reincarnated him or something. I don't know. Okay, so this is like a repeatable thing, but it's like I don't know what's happening here. Troubles at home. They say that all the Shadowlands is a stage, and right now I think we're in a tragedy. All throughout Ardenweald, we are under attack. They seek our anima and the souls that we protect. If the cycle stops here, so many great souls will be lost forever. There's no time to waste. We need your help. Defend Ardenweald. So the objectives are: defend Ardenweald by completing daily quests and world quests, looting treasures, and slaying rare creatures. You may also defeat powerful foes in the midst of Tyrna Scythe and the other side dungeon. Shouldn't it be the other side? It shouldn't be the other side. You're either going to say the other side or the other side, right? I'm going to say the other side. So our reward for this is a tribute to the Grove Wardens, which is anima and valuable items from your Covenant's coffers contained within this tribute. Okay.
Carry on.
So this is a bar to fill up by doing different stuff. Yeah, it should be the other side. Or the other side, but it shouldn't be the other side. Silk shortage. We're running short on silk. We use it for so many things like instruments, weapons, and tools, but our supply has dried up. We're in desperate need for fresh silk. Our main hub of silk production is in the Gossamer Cliffs. If you could, seek out caretaker Lily Thistle and see what the holdup is. So, I'm not exactly sure, like, these appear to be like side quests and stuff. I don't know if this is like just general Ardenweald questing or what's happening here.
You could probably use a little help, huh?
I could, Lady Moonberry, because I have no idea where the hell I'm supposed to go.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Flutterby, Souls of the Damned. Our Covenant has secured an artifact we believe is best placed in your care. Behold the Soul Keeper. The brokers of Oribos claim the Soul Keepers based upon secrets of the First Ones. Whether they built it or adapted it from something already existing, I cannot say. The crystal will allow us to recover souls from the maw and bring them to safety. I understand the Maw is a perilous place, but you are our best chance at recovering those who were sent to that dark realm unjustly. I don't know how to get there. Replenish the reservoir. The Tirna Akayed, Heart of Ardenweald, flourishes in our care, yet more anima is needed for our sanctum. The cycle of rebirth, our purpose, must continue. To help our queen, we must acquire more. Okay. Return lost souls. Souls continue to pour into the Maw. As long as this is still happening, we need to save as many as possible. The jailer twists the cycle of life and rebirth. This cannot be allowed to continue. We must thwart his plans. Return to the Maw and rescue those that you can. Okay.
Try not to die out there.
Try not to die out there. I think the conduit system is going to be pretty cool. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I like what I'm seeing of it. And to be honest, I think like the latent power in the Covenant system is really going to come from conduits more so than some of these other, like they'll be nice. It'll be nice to have these other effects and stuff, but like the conduits are kind of universal, right? It doesn't matter which Covenant you choose, you're going to have access to the same conduits for your class. The conduits are very powerful. The Queen's Conservatory. Oh, so this is the Night Fae exclusive feature. I've heard that you're aiding us in restoring our sanctum. There's a very special magical grove that we know as the Queen's Conservatory. Within this magical sanctuary, we nurture the spirits of old deities back to life, but its magic has waned with the anima drought. It's in need of your help. It would mean the world to us if you could start the restoration process by acquiring the resources we need. Alright, so this I definitely want to check out. I want to see what we do with the Queen's Conservatory and who's there. Who are these deities that we can assist in the cycle of rebirth? Oh, if you weren't here the other night when we were doing this, this is the you get this mount from Night Fae like right away, and it's amazing looking. Unfortunately, my Night Elf Warriors Mog, like they just put you in the 7th Legion Mog, and like I don't have access to all my stuff from my account, so I can't put her in like appropriate armor for any of this. But damn, so cool. All right, I don't know how to get to where they're sending me. It looked like it would be out here, but it's not. Look at this tree. I didn't even actually look at this when I came out here the other night. That's amazing. Like this zone seriously feels like you're in some weird ethereal plane. It doesn't. It feels different than. It definitely feels a lot different than Bastion, which is where I've spent almost all my time in testing so far. All right, so I have to speak to Zahad. But I'm nowhere near Zahad. Apparently. I can't target Zahad. Oh. I've targeted Zahad. I'm not showing my targets on my minimap, though. Oh, here he is. Okay, so that's why I was confused, because the quest tracker highlights the room you have to run into. Here's Zahad, the builder, who shapes the forest. I don't know what you call these things, but these creatures are awesome looking.
From one sapling, a forest rises.
All things in due time. Show me the sanctum. Okay, so I can't do anything with this right now. because I don't have any anima or souls. I have 8 reservoir anima.
Embrace the cycle.
Let's see. What are renown rewards? Nope. The renown rewards are Lua errors. No. Seems like some stuff is missing. I doubt the first renown upgrade is at 11. Is it? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe other things unlock along the way too.
Cultivate your spirit.
All right. Unfortunately, I haven't really spent very much time testing this stuff, so jumping in here, it's like I don't really know where anything is to even, like, I don't know how to get around. Bone Metal Bonanza. The denizens of Maldraxxus are used to a life of battle, and in doing so find themselves in possession of so very many bones. They form their armors out of a cultivated form of bone we call bone metal. Harder than most metals, yet pliable, it can be forged into a variety of shapes without losing its strength. We have many uses for it, both as a means of attachment and when ground up as a reagent. We cannot ask them for resources now, but if you find any, I would use it. Bone metal is my new favorite subgenre. Like, dude, I'm totally into bone metal. You hear that new bone metal band? There's one other quest around here somewhere. I don't see the quest giver. No, here we go. Aiding Revendreth. We do not turn our backs on our allies, even when we face darkness here in Ardenweald. In Revendreth, they battle against the forces of Sire Denathrius, who has proven himself a false leader. We cannot allow those that make Sinfall their home to lose hope. Travel to Revendreth and supply aid to them. Show them that we will not let them falter, that we are stronger together. Okay. So, they give us a couple things to do in a couple different zones. They're like daily quest style. There are world quests strewn about the map as well. Oh. The problem is, I don't actually know how to go anywhere. Like, can I fly back to Oribos and then fly to the Maw? Well, maybe we should do the story questing here, even though it's kind of... It seems side story-ish, but maybe something cool will happen. I'm just going to run around. I could fly there, but... I want to look at the zone. Because it looks like this. Like, every couple years they hit me with like an enchanted forest zone that like it brings me straight back to playing like vanilla WoW, going, wow, I can't believe how cool this looks. Because, you know, that was all my earliest experiences with the game, was playing through the Night Elf areas and stuff, and, you know, Ashen Vale and all that. Like, that was where I lived. Okay, what do we have here? There's some type of treasure, but it's up higher. I don't see how I can... Well, there's some kind of light there. Do I know this flight path? They gave me some flight path. Well, I mean, Harrow, if you want alliance drama, I mean, it's all over the place, dude. It's the Night Elves. The Night Elves and the Worgen distancing themselves from Anduin because Anduin's like, I don't want to help you. We have bigger problems than your problems, and, you know, I got to do what I got to do. You're already seeing it unfold. You know, the Night Elves are extremely distancing themselves from the rest of the Alliance at this point in the story. Anduin betrayed them. He betrayed their trust, and Greymane and the Worgen, the Gilneans, owe the Night Elves a debt of gratitude. You know, they owe allegiance to Tyrande. Of course, silk shipments have stopped. The entire glades have been attacked by changelings and spriggans. Our poor silk striders are so stressed out we can't get any silk from them. Can you help us? We're the heart of silk production in Ardenweald, but we can't do our work. Our grove has been completely taken over by spriggans and these strange shape-shifting things. The silk striders who spin the silk are very delicate creatures. They need peace and calm and a little music to keep them happy. That's like me. But with all these monsters all over the place, they're super stressed out. Please, can you get in there and eliminate these hooligans and see if you can help us get up and running again? So we can slay attackers, caretakers, and hatch silk strider larvae. Old Gertie, I hope you and all the other silk striders are alright. Rose, Daisy, Lily Thistle Jr. I mean, how much of Sylvanas do you see in BFA as an Alliance player? Not very much. You're sort of just like encountering her proxies and, you know. See some cutscenes. She keeps running away. So these dudes are sort of like the nature sprites from Pandaria, but they actually sound like them, but they look way better. They're cool looking little creatures. I don't think I've seen them before. I mean, I guess I would say, you know, if your thing is like, I want to stop seeing my faction leaders be terrorist supervillains, then I think you'll see that, at least for now. I think with the Horde Council, you're unlikely to have any of that, but I mean, yeah. You know, you put a terrorist in charge of your faction, and they're gonna commit acts of terror. The Shattered Harp. The harp lies broken with pieces missing. Perhaps you can find more pieces and get someone to repair it. Okay. So I don't know if this is like, if this is gonna do anything for the Covenant at all or what, but we got it in the Sanctum, so. We are not filling this bar very fast, I'll tell you that much. It's like 2% per kill. Some of this stuff has to be worth something. Well, we got a harp piece. Yep. They're only worth 3%. cave looks promising. Oh no, I got shrunk. Who's he? Who's gonna be mad? Wow. This is a lot to do to fill this bar up, man. It's like 2% per clickable or kill. Like weird root thing is one of my soulbind abilities that just procs. It's kind of nice. Like, I don't really want to have to kill 50 mobs to fill this bar up. But I'm not really seeing anything that's... Let's see if we can fight some stuff.
I can't wait to slay you.
It kind of looks like no so far. There's my active ability. Which is feeding me an ungodly amount of rage. There's my heart pieces. Unusually large mushroom, duration 20 minutes. This rapidly decaying mushroom requires loamy soil in order to survive. Huh, okay. Where can I find loamy soil? I have a feeling I'm going to fail at this limited duration item. I like having a limited duration item in there, though. Speaking of old school. Been doing a lot of stuff in Classic lately that has like some kind of time limitation on it, which is kind of stressful when it's hard to move around the world, but it certainly does add that RPG flavor, you know? Well, Haro, there just is no war chief anymore. They've moved on from the concept of having one, right? And I think for good reason. They haven't had good luck with it. So they're like, you know what? Maybe we all just need to bring everybody to the table and figure this out together. And I think it's an interesting story development. Not really what I saw coming. I kind of just figured it would be sort of a moment of like, well, you know what? What are we doing? Why isn't Bane the war chief? Like, that just makes the most sense. But they went a different way, and I think it's more interesting, you know? I think, like, the story they've told lends plenty of credence to the idea that, like, the whole war chief thing is just flawed. In a time of peace, to maintain the peace, you do not need a war chief. They're all turned into Goku. I don't know. We don't really, you know. The problem for Thrall is that there's no other real legitimate orcish leadership. They're all kind of dead. So he's sort of got to prop it up until, you know, somebody else can emerge, I guess. It's clear that, like, he doesn't want the responsibility or the burden of being in charge of anything, but he knows that nobody else can speak for the orcs. What is a thorny loop? Wrap yourself in thorns, inflicting nature damage to attackers for 1 minute. You will suffer damage every second while wrapped in thorns. Okay. Duration 10 minutes. There's some weird little items we're picking up around here. That's definitely, like, that reminds me of vanilla / classic quite a bit. Like, these just kind of esoteric, like, usable items. Man, playing without unstoppable force feels weird. I'm in, like, legitimate danger here. It's always like, it's a tricky balancing act with tanks at the beginning of expansions, because if you can't threaten a tank at the beginning of an expansion, then you're never going to threaten the tank. But also, you don't want the tank to be completely useless and incapable of defending themselves. BFA was particularly bad for that, for Prot Warrior at the beginning. I used to get insulted in this very channel for playing my spec of choice. I mean, not frequently, but it did happen a few times. Like, dude, why are you playing Prot Warrior? It's so bad. You're killing your team right now. Like, whatever. Like, it did not hamper our old dear progression at all. I was not the problem. Although Prot Warrior was very weak at that point in time. I might also have pretty bad talents here. It's hard to tell. I really hope Punish ends up being a thing that's worth taking. It's the talent that it makes Shield Slam do 20% increased damage and reduces damage, reduces enemies' damage against you by 3% for 9 seconds, and you can overlap / stack that. It's not really stacking; it's overlapping. So like, you can have 2 or 3 applications of it sometimes if you can get enough Shield Slam procs. The talent came in BFA, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. This is such a cool design, but it was just never good enough to use. Because you need it into the fray. It was on the same tier as into the fray, which was all your passive haste. You need as much haste as you can get. But now that they moved it around, I think Punish might be the thing. I don't think War Machine's ever really going to be the thing. Maybe. Devastator might be. Devastator has had its moments, you know. There have been Devastator builds that were considered to be optimal. I don't really like the Devastator playstyle. I like spamming Devastate myself to kind of set my pace. But you know, if Devastator ends up being a thing, then so be it. We've done it before. We could do it again. There we go. We just figured it out. Haro figured it out. Gohan's the next war chief. Oh, 98%. This has felt a tad arduous. Oh, right. I can't charge to him because my charge is on cooldown. Because I only have one charge of it now. That's a change I really don't like. It's just straight up worse for prot. It's better for the DPS specs, but straight up worse for prot. By a lot. Alright, we have... we've defended the silk production. Oh, I'm on the wrong level, and I'm probably in combat with too much stuff now. I'm like bleeding and poisoned and... Let's meld just to get rid of the dudes that are downstairs. That spell effect is so cool, man. Look at that thing. I lost my harp. It was taken and broken by those terrible creatures. You found my harp and the missing pieces. Just one moment, and I can fix it. Let me fix that for you. There, good as new. Aren't you fixing it for yourself? I realize some stuff is not the way I want it to be. But where is that? Oh, I want status text both. There we go. I was like, I can't see numbers. I can't see percentages. Something is wrong here. I just couldn't remember where the setting was. I'm an artist, not a warrior. A song for Silk Striders. There, the harp is fixed. I'm too injured to take it to the Silk Striders, but you're strong. You can help them. Our precious Silk Striders are all across the cliffs. When you find one, play the harp for them, and they will give you fresh silk. Make sure that there's nothing nearby to stress them out first, though. If you find yourself in need of a way to move about swiftly, just take a silk shooter there next to me. Aim it where you want to go, and it will shoot silk to pull you there. Use the harp to help calm the Silk Striders, and they should give you some silk. They won't listen if they're scared. Oh, and if you want to move more swiftly around the cliff, take a silk shooter. It'll help you swing another spot. Noise Tool of Many Faces. A powerful shapeshifter blessed by Mwezala. Save Old Gertie. We have to find Old Gertie. She's the broodmother of Silk Striders and is our most reliable producer. We cannot lose her. But I cannot get to her and see if she's alright. She's usually at the top of the cliffs, the highest point. Can you get up there and make sure she's safe? If she's not, then may justice fall swift and hard on her perpetrator. Oh no, I gotta aim this thing? I have no idea where I'm even going. Can I go up here? Oh, it's like Spider-Man. Plan for professions and building up legendaries is like divide and conquer among people in the guild. So the blacksmiths are all gonna pick a piece and just crank out as many as we can to get ranked up. And so on. Everybody's gonna pick an armor slot and focus on that to rank it up. Until we got everybody covered. I think that'll work pretty well for us. It's a little complicated. I like having crafting be kind of front and center for this stuff. WoW's never really been crafting focused by like MMORPG standards, and I'm okay with that. But I do think it's been too long since it really felt like a core part of the game. And I think there should always be something cool that you want to craft, right? Like, at least. Okay, so if I play the harp for the Fen Striders, and then they give me silk. That's pretty funny. I do think like if you're in a guild or some kind of social, you know, WoW situation right now, these are good conversations to be having with each other, with your leaders, with your guildies, your rank and file members, whatever. Like, make some spreadsheets, figure out who's playing what, figure out what professions people are planning to work on, and divide it up because you'll be able to really. This is why you have a guild, right? This is why you have people that are playing together and working on common goals, is because you can split up the labor and the time investment. Uh, my warrior, I've just always been mining blacksmithing. Uh, it's just tradition. I like being able to make my own armor. I'm still even wearing a piece of crafted armor, I think, in BFA. My alts kind of run, I cover my bases with the alts. I have a herbalist, alchemist, druid, and I have one each of the armor crafters for the appropriate armor classes that they craft, and beyond that, then all my alts are just like double gatherers, so I can get more stuff when I'm out running around playing them. I'm hoping that sort of I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say focus on crafting, but like, I'm hoping that the role of crafting in this expansion means that we're going to be able to see some more consistent returns. On armor crafting, like deep into Shadowlands. Like, you can't even sell the good armor in BFA because it binds to you. Like, it's not even. I don't even have the option to sell the best stuff I can make, right? So, the base items. I may have just gotten myself stuck in here trying to use this to jump up. No, we use it to jump out. Like, not a path available to there? Why not? I am like super poisoned. That shit hurts. There's some type of treasure. Enchanted Dreamcatcher. And a laden Dreamcatcher. This item begins the quest. You stumble upon an enchanted Dreamcatcher placed so remotely that it has managed to collect a significant amount of anima without being harvested. Drome and Dawnblossom and nearby Dreamsong Fen would surely appreciate its safe return. Okay. Can I get down here without killing myself? I mean, I guess I could just heroic leap to the ground and immune to floor it. This Silk Shooter thing's pretty cool, though. Alright. Oh, here's the guy I gotta turn this thing into. I have to be honest, I have no idea what I'm actually doing here. I don't know if this is just like Ardenweald story questing or what's happening. I didn't level up this tune and I haven't played through the zone, so I don't know if this is like some max level hub that like unlocks some feature or storyline in Night Fate Covenant, or if this is something you just do as you level up through the zone and I just happen to stumble upon it, so I'm doing it. Old Gertie lies dead of fear, but this little silk strider larva wiggles happily at you. Thread of hope. Gertie Jr. looks up at you with hope. Perhaps you can help get her to safety. Deliver Gertie Jr. to Lily Thistle. Okay, she's just on my back. Looks like I don't have like a time restriction here. Fenstrider things are weird, man. I don't know if that's what they're actually called, but that's what they look like to me. But they have like weird animations. Silk Striders is what they're called, I guess. Man, let me tell you how bad 11% haste feels. Because it doesn't feel great. Alright. I need one more. It's weird because, like, there's 4 of these things. What do they get? Do they have, like, a debuff on them or something? Oh, yeah, okay.
Wither away.
I see. They have buffs and debuffs, and you gotta calm them down to get the silk, but then you can't just spam the one to get all the silk. Because then they get debuffed that, you know, they're out of silk. Sure, this ancient aftershock thing feels really good. Rage generation, when you get 4 or 5 targets in there, it's just incredible. Okay. Appear to be done over here. So I guess we'll find out if anything interesting happens here. If it's just like, thanks, we have silk now. Were you able to help the poor silk striders calm down and get their silk? Wonderful job. I'm sure the silk striders appreciate the song you played. You look like someone who appreciates the fine arts. You're damn right I do. Thank you. We're so grateful for your help with slaying those cretins and rescuing our people. Old Gertie's dead? We found her baby. Thank you. Thank you so much for bringing her safely out of there. Silk for Ardenweald. It's clear that we may not be able to consistently supply Ardenweald with silk, but there is something that will help. Take Gertie Jr. and the silk you collected from the other silk shredders back to the heart of the forest. There she will be safe and perhaps grow up into a silk shredder as grand and beautiful as her mother. You know what? I just figured out what this place, this zone kind of reminds me of, and it's Ori and the Blind Forest. It has a little bit of an Ori vibe. To me, to mine eye, which is amazing. I loved that game. I actually didn't play the sequel very much. I played it for about 10 minutes, but not because I didn't like it, but I just, you know, I'm in a point in my life where when I sit down and put a video game on the television, I have toddlers screaming at me instantaneously, and I can't, you know, it's very hard. And they were freaked out because you get attacked by this wolf thing, and they didn't like that, and it was like, all right, yeah. No Ori right now, and then I just never got back to it. Dude, how do I get up to whatever's up here? There's a treasure chest up here. It's called a Dream Song Heart. Or is a treasure, I guess I should say. It's up there somewhere. According to the map. Oh my, how did that get there? No matter, this animal will nurture many souls. Thank you, traveler. Woo, I got Wild Hunt rep. There you go. I got my first Shadowlands rep on this character in on this server in this test. Yeah, war mode, as far as we know, is like unchanged, basically from BFA in terms of benefits and mechanics. I don't think it's going to be really worth my time to use for leveling, even if the overwhelming odds thing, whatever they call it, is in effect. So like NA Alliance automatically gets like 25%. You're going to be in all the same zones as everybody else. This is not BFA. We don't have separate continents. It's not a pain in the ass to get to where the other faction is. You're just going to be in there. And yeah, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be a lot of world PvP if that's what you're into. So if that's what you're into, it's going to be great. But I'm not really into getting griefed when I'm just trying to experience the story and level up my character. Like we can grief each other once all that's out of the way. The little bit of bonus XP is not sweetening the pot enough for me. Yeah, mad flight paths getting camped. It's gonna be ugly. It was a little bit different in BFA because it was slightly more time consuming to like get to the other continent. You had to level up a little bit. You had to get some resources, and then like, you know, you had to like find people. You didn't know where they were gonna be. You didn't know the map. You didn't know the zones. They spread everybody out. These zones don't work like that. So I think war mode's going to be a mess. Dude, what's going on here? It's a lunar light pod. I can't do anything with it. Maybe I need to find one and put it there? Is that what's happening? Is that why it's like... whatever. Why don't we do these world quests? You know, in terms of leveling, whether, you know, solo versus in a group, I'll probably play solo. I like to play at my own pace, and that pace is pretty slow. I like to read all the quest text and just kind of try to look in every nook and cranny and just do the whole thing. I like to take the whole ride, you know? And I find that when I play with other people, not by anybody's intention, but you sort of just naturally end up going faster than you would if you're playing by yourself, because you don't want to waste it. Everybody's trying to be polite. Nobody's trying to waste anybody else's time. And so you kind of breeze through things that, you know, I sort of want to just stop and drink in. And like the way they do expansion launches in modern times, where the first week there's nothing to do at endgame. There's no endgame the first week. There's barely any endgame second week. It's just play the game, check out all the new stuff, you know, just play the stories, see what there is to find out in the world, and check out the, you know, some of the new stuff. Like I think that's great. There's just no pressure. You have plenty of time to get leveled up. You have plenty of time to get situated before, you know, raids start kicking in and stuff. Dungeons, rated PvP. Could used to be that like mad dash. Uh-oh, I may have just gotten myself stuck. Well, I guess I can hop out. My rune deer or whatever it's called couldn't handle it, but we just do it ourselves. There's a bunch of elites here. I don't really feel good about that. I feel pretty squish and pretty low damage. There's a frightened glade stalker. I'm trying to find this enchanted chest. Like I've done it before with guildies and stuff. Like, okay, guys, everybody log in at 3 a.m. and we're gonna play all the questing together. But like it either falls apart because somebody plays more than somebody else wants to or whatever. Whoa, this guy has way more health than I do. I'm not going to try to solo him. Or, you know, there's some kind of technical problem or something. You get split up. It's just... all this stuff is elite. I got to get out of here. Well, this thing's not elite. Oh, shit. This is like a Drust guy, man. He's an Oakheart Drust taken. Look at that thing. That's a cool looking creature. Death blow. Who got the final death blow? 'Cause that Hawaiian guy, he had it coming. All right, Am I too scared to try to obtain this chest? I'm a little too scared. I got it. I got a catalyst plot for the Queen's Garden, and now I can cheat and run away. My wife does not play. I tried to get her into it years ago when we first kind of got together, and it didn't go well. She's not really that into games generally. WoW's a little bit more complicated and time-consuming than what she's really willing to dedicate to a game typically. Plus, I also ruined the experience for her by trying to get her to like be good at WoW without ever learning how to play it. You know, I like power leveled her up, and then that's not. That was a big mistake. That's not what you do. If you want to get somebody interested in the game to play with you, you let them play at their own pace and learn what they need to learn about it and enjoy themselves. You don't do it for them and then go, well, okay, now you do this. Like, that's just not. It's not going to be an enjoyable process for anybody. Look at these weird things. All right. How do I close the Devourer rifts? I think maybe there's a chance that in a few years, like maybe my wife gets back into it a little bit if the twins get into it. Like they're going to be 4 in October. Like they're nowhere near able to operate a game like World of Warcraft at the moment. But, in a few years they might want to have their own accounts and stuff. Dude, I don't know how to close these Devourer rifts. Do I just stand here and kill Devourers until it closes? These things aren't called Devourers, though. Nice arrow. I mean, in some ways, it would certainly be a little bit easier if my wife was interested in the game and the hobby, but like for us to have shit to do together and whatever. But for everybody's sanity and quality of lifestyle, it's probably better not to. Oh, okay. Do I gotta use... Okay. That's actually cool. It's like not obvious what you're supposed to do. You have to kill these things to get an item. You combine the items into a resonating anima core, and then you throw it at the rifts.
I don't have a target.
There is like... This questing is a little bit more flavorful than what we've sort of come to be accustomed to over the last few years, I feel like. I don't really want to... I don't know. I don't want to build it up too much, but like, just little stuff like that makes it feel way more role-playing gamey than just like, here, we're going to telegraph everything to you. I do think, I talk about it a lot. I do think some texture has been lost over the years, and it's nice to see them finding ways to inject it back in or put different spins on stuff. That thing has like almost 5 times as much health as I do. I don't think I want to try to kill that by myself. They all do. I'm wondering if, like, Prot's going to feel as bad to run around and do outdoor world stuff with in 9.0 as it did in 8.0. And if I'm going to have to, like, just go Fury to run around in the world and do stuff. Alright, I think I should just meld away from you. I feel like I don't want to fight you. This is kind of weird because the little things are relatively trivial and the big things, well, I mean, okay. In fairness, I haven't tried to kill a big thing, but they seem bigger than what I'm willing to fight. At above, like, twice my total health pool, when I'm in such bad gear, it's like, I don't know about this. And these things have a lot more than twice my health pool.
Too far away.
Alright, so we need a few more of the drops. About scaling, like when you're leveling up, the thing that will make it much better is the fact that mobs don't scale. That's the key. Part of the reason why BFA felt so bad to level up. Yeah, you were losing a lot of power as you leveled up. That happens in every expansion. The problem was, you couldn't out-level a zone. You came in at level 110, and everything was level 110. You leveled to 111, and the entire zone leveled with you. And that continued all the way up till you were 120, and then all your stats were really in the toilet. In this expansion, you'll come in and you'll fight stuff that's level 50, and then you'll hit level 51, and it'll be level 50 still. And you'll hit level 52, and it'll still be level 50 or 51. And it feels really good to fight stuff that you're higher level than. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, the texture. You know, this is stuff that, like, well, scaling was just having everything scale to you was just a solution to this sort of weird problem. I'm not really sure. I mean, I really don't. I'm not a proponent of the world scaling. Like, obviously we're never going back, but I wish they would just shut it all off. I wish they could go back to a world where there were static level ranges on every zone. Because, like, that's just the most demoralizing thing. Like, you level up, but you gain no relative power to the stuff that you're killing. You don't feel like you're making any progress through the expansion itself, you know? So I'm so glad that they changed that, at least for the initial Shadowlands level up. This world quest has taken me a really long time to do. Like, a really long time to do. I mean, I've been playing a fair bit of Classic this summer as my BFA list got really short, and I don't want to do really any beta stuff off stream or off camera or off recording because that's what it's here for. It's for me to kind of check it out, talk about it, try to make it interesting or entertaining to other people. I'm not like deep diving into crunching the numbers on stuff. It's more experiential for me. And so, like, obviously I can't do that all the time. So Classic's been the thing that's really filling the gaps for me when it's like, well, I don't really have anything I want to do inside of BFA. And like in Classic, man, it feels great to get a level, and now you're that much stronger relative to all the stuff that you're killing, and it opens up more of the game to you. Like, I don't know how that element of the thing got lost over the years, because it's a role-playing game. Your character's level is intrinsic to your power level, and your power level is relative to everything else that you're fighting. If everything you're fighting gets stronger every time you do, then you only ever get weaker. So, I don't know. Like I said, I have no foolish hope that they're going to undo Scaling World or anything. Like, I know they're not going to, at least not anytime soon. But I do think it was a mistake. I think it was bad for the game. I'd like to see it reverted someday. I mean, the crazy thing about the game in Classic, for example, is like, you did not play through zones in a linear fashion at all. If you were by yourself, solo questing, whatever. Because you just, I mean, I guess depending on what class you're playing, you know, I'm leveling a warrior. I'm like level 48. And it's like, I gotta be really careful with what I do because warriors are difficult solo classes to play in that version of the game. So I gotta pick and choose what quests are worth my time to do at any given moment, which is sort of its own interesting mini game. It's like, all right, where can I get the most bang for my buck today? And sometimes you guess wrong. But so, like, this whole time, I'm constantly working on little, you know, story threads and quest segments in multiple different zones at once on different continents. And I mean, it's a little jarring, I guess, but you know what? Let's go up here. I want to do these other world quests. I want to see if we can finish Troubles at Home and see. Let's defend Ardenweald and see what happens. We'll get our reward. Let's see if we get this thing. Yeah, this zone's really cool. This looks amazing, dude. Like, I don't know. I keep saying it every time I log into the test. Like, I sort of can't believe that this is World of Warcraft. Like, it looks that much better than even BFA. And BFA was a nice looking game. Like, when BFA came out, I was like, I can't believe they made this look that much better than Legion. You know, and like Legion looked pretty good for WoW. It was like, hey, this looks nice. And then BFA sort of just looked nice for a video game for the most part, which is kind of the first time you could ever say that about WoW, I think. Or at least the first time in a really long time. And this version of the game is just ridiculously nice looking. The zones are just on another level. Like, the art direction is so strong. The assets are so cool, and like the way everything is designed feels so much more organic even than BFA. Like the shapes of the terrain that you're on and the way stuff kind of slopes, and you know, it's not just a bunch of big geometric planes. Oh no. This is like a jumping puzzle. to get whatever this treasure is. Well, this wasn't the correct way to jump. Oh my god, dude. What is going on here? Did this just shoot me back to the heart of the forest? That really wasn't what I wanted to do. Believe it or not. Alright, I'm going to stay on task, because it's too late for this. I'm way too out of it to be trying to solve jumping puzzles that shoot you into the sky and then make you slow fall for 2 minutes. That was ridiculous. There we go. We earned going down. Damn right we did. 65 yards. I think we fell quite a bit farther than that.
The masters lay claim to the wield.
Oh, these are like
Join us.
these are like bad guy things.
Heartwood Grove has fallen.
Man, you know what's gonna be wild is like not being able to just fly to your world quests again for like another 6, 8, 9, 12 months. I do think the game is better without flying. Like I think flying is an unnecessary luxury that really just compresses the gameplay unacceptably. But I understand they can never truly get rid of it either. Like we're stuck with it. It's just a well-intentioned sin that they're going to have to pay for until the end of time. But it's always a little bit weird to go, when stuff comes out and it's like,
We need to harvest some
oh
mana
yeah,
stones.
no more
Places are
flying.
crawling with dust. A bit of magic should help you get past them.
Okay, so I transform into an Arden Moth. What am I doing? I have to clear the dusty... No. What am I doing? To find anima cones. Oh, here's one. I thought I saw one, but it wasn't, like, interactable. They're definitely not upgrading the flight whistle? That seems a little unnecessarily punishing. Seems pretty hard to see. I have these buttons, but it seems like I could just run away from this stuff faster than it actually matters, so... I don't really feel compelled to stop what I'm doing to use my abilities. These trust things are awesome looking, man. They're subtly different than the ones in BFA, but they're really cool. Like at a glance, I don't know if it's really coming through on stream. Like they might not really look different to you at all, but they definitely look different than
Nicely done. I think the local moths
their BFA
could learn a
cousins.
thing or two from you.
All right, so we got a legit upgrade here. That's 10 item levels, and it's got haste verse on it, which is way better than the stats we had. So there you go. Got to start somewhere. There's a treasure up here. I know I just said I was going to stay on task and get some quests done and see if we can get this bar filled up, but like, I mean, while we're right here and we're an Arden Moth. No, I'm not going to be able to get up there in Arden Moth form. I don't think. I don't know. Hmm. That's a weird choice. When Legion came out, like I felt like the flight whistle was the thing that made the World Quest system really tick, because every few minutes of questing you could reposition yourself quickly and get back into it.
My scouts
But
report that Spriggans have taken over the growth works and are now crafting their own weapons. Exterminate the pests.
then again, it seems like World Quests have a bit of a different place in the hierarchy than they did in Legion and in BFA. Like, it seems like they're de-emphasized a bit. So maybe they figured you're not gonna want to position yourself rapidly, anyway, so we don't need to give you the option to do it or something, or we want to draw your attention to something else. Alright, so we need 20 Spriggan-sized weaponry. Well, there's one. Hopefully there's racks of them somewhere. Damn, dude. Ancient Aftershocks just melting these little dudes. Well, there's 4. Okay, here there's some we can pick up. That was really hard to see. You also have the fast travel networks and stuff in your home zone for your Covenant, which, like, maybe the idea is to spend more time there. Like, I think it seems like naturally you'll want to spend more time in the zone that your Covenant belongs in, and you'll have all the fast travel options there anyway, so it gives you sort of a distinct advantage there. Alright, I don't know what I'm drinking. I guess it was this. I feel more energized and alert. It's a big cauldron of 5-hour energy. Yeah, I don't see any other, like, clickables. Here's one, maybe? Yeah. Oh, it's so nice. These dudes are a little stingy with these drops. I'm feeling like, I mean, we've only done a handful here, but it seems like the world quests in this stuff are a little bit more involved and time consuming. Small sample size, but I mean, that one that we had to disable the portals, that took a really long time for a world quest. Man, Avatar's so sad now compared to what it's like in BFA. It's like, nope, no big ignore pain, no huge buff. I mean, I guess I could. I'm allowed to spec into Unstoppable Force, but it just doesn't seem worth it. I don't know. Although it's probably really not worth it to pull any more than like 5 of these dudes at once. Ooh. Okay, they were a little bit more generous. Is this another one? This stuff is really hard to see. The glow's like white, and it's on this like bluish white background. What are you nerds doing? You hope the Drust get me? That's not nice, man. There's no reason to say that. Nope, nothing, huh? Okay. I'm excited to see the Drust stuff continue in this zone and in this expansion. I thought that was like one of the coolest additions in BFA to the overall story. Like sort of the, you know, the death and decay focused side of druidism, of nature, the circle of life and all that. I thought Gorak Tool was a really interesting bad guy, just great visuals, you know. A really cool twist on it, so I'm excited to see where that goes in here, and, you know. I'm not expecting it to be a major driving force for the story, but I think it would be really cool to kind of, over the next few years, to continue sort of building up the Drust as this weird threat, and, you know, Gorak doing his thing. Alright, we still need...
Do your worst outside.
4? Still need 4. Man, that's a really good button, I gotta say. What are these? These are multi-tap? We spent an entire 9-month-long patch fighting with people over collecting quest items like it's, you know, 2004 all over again. But I guess those days are over. I don't know why they made that decision for the divisions into the Zoth zones, man. Like, why am I constantly fighting with players of my own faction for quest resources? I thought we were just done with that once World Quest came in. You're directing every player in the zone to do this same activity. And now we're literally all fighting with each other over it. Like, okay, nice. We got some Ardendew pearls. Okay, so that's a whole bunch of anima, I suppose. That's what that sounds like to me. Okay. We got Gormageddon.
We need to get the Gorm infestation under control. Perhaps some of my magic can help you do it.
This is not going to fill my bar. And I don't think I can do anything else that will. Whoa. These things are crazy looking. These borers. Okay, so I've transformed into a cat. I can swipe, I can claw, I can dash, and I can frenzied regen. I guess I need to kill these things. Okay, I need to kill a lot of these things. I like a lot of these things down here. No. It looks like a no. I guess it probably just makes sense to run around up here and kill them. Dude, they're worth like literally nothing. Like the non-elite ones are worth less than a percentage point. Is there a concerted design decision here to just make World Quest way more time intensive, or are these in the midst of some kind of rebalancing? I mean, I guess if we could have fewer World Quests overall, but they're more kind of involved, time consuming, impactful, better rewards, I think that's okay. Because what I've been doing for the last few years when character progress is actually possible is doing like every notable world quest, every rollover, and like I like doing that, but it's also overkill and would burn a lot of people out. I just do it because I like doing it. I like being out in the world and doing stuff and whatever. But yeah, like this is wild. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that in the Night Fae Covenant thing, like we got to see some of the, you know, we got to see some of the wild gods and stuff coming back, like because a lot, those characters like died in Legion and stuff, and it was like, damn. Like this quest is a little bit screwy because there's like 3 or 4 of us here running around doing this, and there's just not enough of these boars to go around because they're not worth anything, man. The big dudes are worth like 2%. The elites. The little dudes are worth like 1/4%. I'm at 32%. That's not a lot of percents. And the thing is, like, I'm not really doing anything. I'm not imperiled, right? I'm not playing my character even. I'm running around on this cat. I one-shot them all. They don't even attack me. They just walk around. But, I mean, Goldrin's been killed and resurrected many times, right? I mean, Goldrin was in Cataclysm. That's way after the Scythe of Elun's constructed. Um, all of the wild gods are part of the cycle of death and rebirth that occurs apparently in Ardenweald. So I don't know. It's weird because there's this one bear thing in here that looks like Ursul, but it's not. That's not its name. But it's the same model. It's like the neon bear thing. But he's got some. He's got like a person's name. I don't know. I don't know what the story of that character is. I don't know if you like meet him in the questing or what. I didn't do any of it, so. right, 46%. This is wild, man. This is like this is kind of just boring. I should be done by now. I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is just trying to catch spawns before other people do. My cat doesn't take damage. My cat one-shots everything. I just have to be patient and kill about, you know, I have to either catch 50 elites and kill them or kill hundreds of the little guys. Like literal hundreds. I guess the thing is, like, I have no idea how much 13 Ardendew pearls are worth. Is that, like, really good? I don't know. I guess we'll go find out once we're done with this stuff. I guess I wouldn't mind the, like, the time investment in the world quest is okay if you're, like, doing stuff of consequence. Just running around the circle spamming, too. It's just weird. I don't know. There's something weird going on here. Okay. Almost done. Okay. 2 more of the big guys. 1 more. Oh, here he is.
Shadow stalkers aren't the
Woo.
Gorm's natural predator, but you certainly made it work.
Okay. Well, that was certainly something. I probably should have ran out of here on the cat. I figured it would, like, eject me out of here. That's okay. Let's see if we can grab one of these treasures. Fill this bar up. Well, they're really not happy with me. It's probably because I spent the last 15 minutes killing them, I guess. Oh, nice. This is the spooky part of Ardenweald. Cool looking waterfall. Damn, dude. This zone is just amazing looking. I can't get over it. I know I sound like a broken record. Damn, is this one up high too? No, okay. It's a decayed husk. Oh no, Gorms. Have an ancient aftershock. They're pretty cool looking bug monsters, at least. I guess if you gotta kill bug monsters all night, they might as well at least look cool. Damn. This thing has a lot of uptime on this shell. Now, this is interruptible. Damn, he got it anyway. I got a wild seed root grain. Okay, this is all stuff to use at the conservatory. Alright, so that completes our filling up the bar thing. It's repeatable, but I don't know how frequently. I've spent no time, doing this. This is my first foray into playing the level 60 questing stuff. So let's get back to the heart of the forest. We'll turn some stuff in. Some of the noises these creatures make are pretty funny. I apparently have not been over here yet. You have a quest. Forest disappearances. A moment of your time, friend. A short while ago, a Sylvar named Partik came seeking the aid of our grove. His village was under attack by the Gorm and was in danger of crumbling away altogether. While I told him we could not spare any soldiers, their people were welcome to take refuge with us. However, it has been some time since he left, and I have not seen or heard anyone from that region since. Can you investigate? He came from the northeast. Okay. I'm not going to do that right now, because I'm going to wrap it up in a minute here. I just realized it's after 2 a.m., so... In need of Gorm grease. Our neighboring grove at Glitterfall Basin has sent out a desperate plea for Gorm grease. It may have humble origins, but it is an important ingredient for artisans and crafters. As this drought goes on, it is becoming increasingly difficult to collect. I'd like to help them out with the resources we're able to spare. Please, find Master Shalor out by the tranquil pools, where he keeps our little Gormling population. Wow, we are killing a lot of bugs. That's what's happening here. Oh, I've had my little silk spinner buddy on my back this whole time. I have mail from Farmer Yoon and Exarch Akama. It's like, what the hell? Why do I have mail on this tune? Is there like a... I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff going on here. This doesn't seem like it's the right way. Getting closer. Like, this is almost right. Okay, we figured out how to get back to the heart of the forest. That's a good sign. Tyrn Scythe. Okay, I'm not gonna be doing that. Thank you for the silk, but I see you brought something extra as well. This little silk strider will be safe now, I swear it. Makes this little silk strider is well taken care of for the future of Ardenweald. Perhaps you can come visit from time to time? What, what happens here? Can I pet the... I can pet my silkworm. Yeah, okay, buddy. Throw hand. Like, I'm gonna duel you. It's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just, like, running around doing beta shit. Come on, man. I wonder... Yo, Winkenden. Welcome. I don't know, like... Oh, here's Gertie. Here's also Gertie Jr. I don't know. Maybe, like, he's some kind of thing where you can get some resources out of this.
And what is it you require?
For many tales of your greatness, the Winter Queen is quite pleased. Please take this and keep up the fight.
Very well, then.
Okay, so what do we get in these thingers? I'm not going to know what any of it is anyway. So, catalyst plots for the conservatory. Fruit of the Winter Court. It's a bunch of anima. Wild Night Bloom is conservatory stuff. Conservatory stuff. And, wow. Vendor trash worth 119 gold. Okay. That's not shabby. Alright, I gotta go talk to the tree man, right? Because he's the one that takes the anima. Can I... Ooh, I can. Okay. Cool. And let's see. What's the thing called? Ooh, you can filter for Queen's Conservatory stuff, too. These are all tags that the search filter recognizes. That's nice. Alright, so let's go see what happens. I thought Afterlife's Bastion was, like, way better than I was expecting it to really be in terms of my personal interest in it. I think Bastion and the Kyrian Covenant is sort of on the low end of the interest spectrum for me. It's just not, it's kind of not where I live inside of this game. I do like Uther as a character, so I was kind of intrigued by that, but man, the way it came together, it was really exceptional, I think. I think it did a great job of giving us this window into what happened to Uther after Arthas, slew him. And the way it sort of walked in between the raindrops between, Reign of Chaos and the middle of Reign of Chaos and the end of Wrath of the Lich King was awesome. I was really impressed at what they did with it. Obviously, the 2D art was gorgeous. The voice acting was great. Yeah, I was kind of surprised at how much I really liked it. So let me see. I want to try to get an idea here of. I have 8 anima right now. Let's see. So they were each 400 anima. Oh no, it just deposited everything. I clicked one thing, but it deposited it. I was trying to see how much each thing was worth. That's really not a lot of anima. And I can't do anything with these yet because I can't unlock the conservatory yet. Well.
Gentle boughs sway in the wind.
All right. Well, we're getting there a little bit. This is my first real glimpse at, like, okay, what do I do? when I'm max level in Shadowlands and I'm just playing by myself, doing stuff out in the world. I don't totally get it yet, but I think you know, I'm seeing it take shape. It is definitely a different pace. Uh, it seems like we have different objectives than what we're used to from the last 4 years. I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, I think it was time to change up the formula a bit. I'm interested to see what we actually do with the conservatory and all that stuff. So that's yeah. I we got a little bit lost. Some of the quests took a really long time to do. Um, and we don't quite know what all the stuff we're picking up actually does yet. But hey, we're getting there one step at a time. I can't say enough about the way the zone looks, and the creatures that live in it, and the way it sounds, and just the way it feels to run around in. It's just it's really the zones in this expansion are really on a different level than anything we've seen before, and the more time I spend in it, it just kind of reinforces that, So that is going to do it for me. Thank you for hanging out, and really enjoying this early look at, the end game kind of loop for a solo character. We'll pick it up next time and see what else we can get into. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where this is going, and hopefully pretty soon we'll get enough anima to actually unlock some of these features. So we'll dive into that next time.